Okay, hi guys. So following on from my let off Lunak maiden flight video, which you'll all have seen by now, the second landing, it hit, it skewed around and the tail caught a gorse bush and broke the back end. So let me show you the damage and I'll show you how I'm going to fix it. It looks worse than it is, although it's pretty bad. Anyway, let me turn you around, you can have a look. In fact, I'll bring you around this side. So there we are. There's the extent of the damage. So basically, we got that going on. The other side, this side, is actually no damage apart from a little bit around there, look. But that'll all glue back in. So just to remind you, it has got half ounce fiberglass mat on the outside of 16th balsa, so it's pretty tough, but it took a bit of a unfortunate arrival. So what I think I'm going to do, I've examined in here, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. One of the formers is split in half, well, the join has come apart, and this is, well, a fairly nice break all the way up. So what I thought I might do, not sure about that, what I thought I might do is to put some epoxy in here and around and pull it down tight, and as I pull it down tight I'll tape it up and then I can work on this bit here. In fact, that will pull it down, might have to apply a bit of force on that to keep it together, and push these bits together down here. With a bit of luck it'll all go fairly much together, and then when that's dry I'm going to flat it all back, probably have to redo these transfers, flat it all back and start building it up with more lightweight glass cloth, maybe a small bit here, a wider bit, and then a much wider bit, build it up and flat it back, fill it, spray it, primer it, what have you, and get it back up to looking pretty good again, and it'll be stronger this time as well. What a shame I didn't put the heavyweight mat all the way down. It might have survived, we'll never know. So I'm going to mix up some epoxy, half-hour epoxy. This will all have to be filled probably, so it's a little, I'll leave it. And I'll mend that in there, pull that across, pull that in tight, tape it down, and it'll all fix. I know it's a bit disheartening to see, but if it ripped the whole tail off that would have been really bad news, trying to get it all lined up again. So I'm lucky it's just what it is. I have actually got the bit that came out of there, but I'm going to press on without it and put it in afterwards, trim it down if necessary. Okay, let's tape all that down, just trying to get it level as much as I can. Right, I've had a good look. I cannot find the missing piece, so I'm going to have to try and cut a piece to go in there. Simple as that. That's got to end up flat. Need a coarser sandpaper actually, so I plan to cut something into here. I was just wondering if I could put something behind and pull it forward I reckon I could, although the former's there, but there's a lip there, and there's a lip all the way around. Well, I can fill that. Now I've got something solid behind it, so that's cool. And I think, well, I'd like to put some filler on this before I start putting any glass on it. So to do that, then I've really got to sand this area. Then I can fill it and then start glassing it. So let's get out a decent piece of sandpaper. Right, here's a piece of 150. This is going to make a very scratchy surface, but I don't mind, because I'm going to glass all the way up to here, a little bit round the bottom. When I mask it, I'll mask across there. That's a natural break line. So I'll sand up to here, and I've sanded the tail skid because that's another natural break line. Here's a little bit trickier. I'm going to have to blend it here. I've got a little trick I'll show you later on that should work. So I'm going to mix up some filler and I'll fill this area, and when that's dry I'll sand it if it needs it, and then we'll reapply some fiberglass mat over this area. Bring you back in just to the mixing up some filler, guys. So I'm using epoxy resin and Bucks composites. And now I'm going to mix in some of their super lightweight fairing compound. It's surprising how much powder you have to put in to get a nice mix, but the advantage of mixing your own filler is you can mix it to your desired thickness, can't you? If you're just bringing it out of if you've just taken it out of a tube or something, it is what it is. Best part about this is that it's actually balsa wood colour, so if you actually needed to put some filler on, a lot of coverings aren't totally opaque, and you can see the filler underneath them, whereas this is actually balsa wood colour. So it's a win-win. Push it up and under. If I leave that alone, it will probably settle into a much nicer shape than what I've got there. But while I've got some here, as you see, I've mixed up way too much. I'm going to try and put some in the crack that I've got there. Don't forget, I will be putting brush primer on here, nice and thick, so any slight undulations will disappear. Just a nice shiny surface. So what I'll do, I'll let that go off a bit, and then I'll remove it while it's still soft, because it's easier to do that, and then I'll let it set, then I'll sand it. So there we are, guys. Enjoying that? I am. It's satisfying, because you know, you're turning a beautiful object that was a little bit damaged into a beautiful object again. Lovely. Then I can get on with my little aeroplane. And John Parfrey, if you're watching this, email me please, because your stained glass Spitfire is waiting for you. Email me and I'll get it in the post to you. Anyway, see you in a minute. Once the fiberglass mat goes on, I won't be able to sand down what's under it, so I may as well get it smooth now. A little bit there perhaps. got to decide exactly where I'm going to put the mat. This wasn't an actual split, this was a flaking of the mat that was on there. Although I might just come round, to the spine, the bottom spine line, this area with mat. This is still got fiberglass on it. Okay, so I'm going to look for all my supplies will come from Bucks Composites in the UK. I'm going to look first of all at the light cloth that I've got. Got the 1 ounce 25 gram cloth, something like that, and got some nice little off-cutty bits at the end here. Look at that bit there, actually. Let me cut some stuff off, guys. I'll be right back. Put over there like that, and I think that will do. The rest can be filled, feathered, moved up a little bit. I don't want to get on perhaps to run some masking tape along that edge just to protect it, and then I'll mix up a little bit of fiberglass resin from Bucks and just get that stippled over. Before I do that, I think I might just put on a secondary layer underneath and then that over the top. So what I'll do, I'll clean all this up and get it in place. When I'm ready to start applying the epoxy, I'll come back to you guys. Right, I've mixed up some resin and hardener, of course, and I'm going to try this time. The last time I used the roller, I'm going to try this time stippling it on with a brush. So we'll see how we get on with that. Oops, not going too well. I think you just got to get, once the fiberglass is through the mat, it won't move, but you can't brush it because it'll just drag it. Perfect day for doing this. It's all wet and horrible outside. We've had our spring here in the UK now. Lasted a week. Still got this one maidened. Yes, it will put a little bit of weight on the tail end again now, but as it's nose heavy anyway, all balances out. But I will check it again anyway. I don't know if you can see it, I'll put some masking tape on there, it's yellow. Quick update, guys, it's now touch dry. I might even be able to sand it a little bit later on today, we'll see. But that's more solid now, isn't it? Doesn't look more solid, but it is more solid. Good job. I've given it a rough sand down, and I'm just going to put on a coat of primer and give it a sand and see where we are. See what's low and what needs filling. Nice and thick. That's the secret to this stuff. Put it on nice and thick and you can sand it down. Tomorrow, when this is set off nice and hard, I'll give it a sand and see what needs filling. It's bound to be a couple of low areas. Right, we'll leave it there. Right guys, welcome back. Next day, and the primer is well dry. So what I want to do, I want to find out where the high spots are, where the low spots are, and then I'll know what to put filler in. plenty of soapy water. I'll keep working this, guys, and I'll come back to you when it's looking a little bit more like I've made some progress. Giving it a sand, and I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed. It's a bit hollow here. This will want a bit of filling up, but overall that little bit of work I did before I put the primer on has paid off, because it feels to my hand very smooth. Maybe there's a small divot there. I'll go over with some stopper and get it a little bit better. There's a little bit there, and then, well, yeah, already that's looking quite nice, isn't it? Okay then, it's all masked up, ready for some primer. That's come out quite nice with the second application of stopper. The little trick I mentioned to you earlier on is this. If you're spraying in a section, don't stick the tape down hard, but leave a little upstand, and that causes the spray to go in there and sort of swirl around. You don't get a hard edge. So that's the theory anyway. So I'm going to have a go at spraying this now with primer. I'm not actually going to sort of spray too much into the thing, but sideways across it. So I'm just going to go outside now, just checking everything's as good as it can be. There's quite a bit of taping and masking, but it has to be done. Right, see you soon. And then, guys, we'll let that dry in the sun. And what I thought I'd do is peel off the fuselage covering, reapply the transfer, and leave the tail covering on, and then I can give it a coat of clear varnish. It's gone on very nice. It looks good. Okay then, so it's been out in the garden for an hour. I've peeled back slightly and I can see it's not brilliant, but I might be able to repair it. So what I thought was I'll remove this part, because I have to put the transfer back on, but I don't want to spray any of the control surfaces with clear lacquer, so I'm going to leave that primarily in place. So let's start by removing this bit. It's worked quite well in places. I haven't got a hard edge anyway. That's what I was trying to avoid. Here we go, guys. We'll let that dry, and I'll give it a quick fizz over with clear lacquer, and she'll be done. Then I can unstrip it and she's repaired. Let's call that video done then, guys. That's how I repaired a model anyway. It's not absolutely perfect, but goodness me, it's not bad. So thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, and perhaps I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.